All right, so moment is finally here. We are going to be talking about the first trailer, and I think honestly it should be the only trailer for the Exorcist Believer. This is the start of the new Exorcist trilogy, which I'm like, do we need this to be a trilogy? Like, do we really need this to be a full-on trilogy? I am like, let's not. I hate when movies do this, is to count their chickens before they hatch. Also, I really have a problem with the fact that like, at first I was like, David Gordon Green, awesome, he's been doing really good with Halloween, and I'm one of the few people who like Halloween Kills, alright? But Halloween Ends was fucking unforgivable. That shit, like, was that shit, I'm not gonna say that's a franchise killer, like some people over-dramatize, like, it murdered the franchise forever. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just like, it's a bad movie. It's a bad Halloween movie, and I'm not gonna. I still haven't completed my my collection over there. It has Halloween and Halloween Kills. I am not putting Halloween Ends on there. I'm not, because I didn't want to buy it. I'm not gonna give it any more money than I already have. So I was, after seeing Halloween Ends, I was like, oof, God, they're already giving him a David Gordon Green, a directing trilogy and writing for a new Exorcist trilogy. Oof. If I was Universal and Blumhouse, after seeing Halloween Ends and the reception, I bet they were all thinking, oof. And test screenings have not been good. But to be fair, Halloween 2018 didn't have good test screenings, but it turned out to be a good thing. Now, despite all that, let's get into the whole trailer, because I don't go into every movie, like, shockingly, I don't go into every movie thinking it's going to suck. I don't, okay, that's not true. I don't, there are some movies where I've been dragged to them, like, I'm gonna fucking hate it here. And lo and behold, I'm right. But sometimes I go into a movie thinking, I'm gonna fucking hate this movie, and then it turns out to be good. So, the thing is, none of us have seen the movie, so we don't really know what to say about it yet. Could it be good? Yeah, all things have the capacity to be good. Can it have the capacity to suck? Yeah. But I will say, if anyone says this, if this movie does bad and is bad, not one fucking one of you, I better not see one fucking person on this site go, it was worse than Exorcist the Heretic. Bullshit. This movie may be bad, but it will never be Exorcist 2 bad. There is no goddamn way that this movie, that's when I know you're being over-dramatic and really want to oversell it. Like, oh, I'd rather watch Exorcist 2 the Heretic over Exorcist the Believer again. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up, because that's when I know you're fucking lying. No one. This movie may be bad, but it is never going to be that level bad. There is no movie on this earth that could be that level bad. And this movie may be bad, but I doubt it's going to be that bad. So, before we go into this, I just wanted, like I said, I just want to tell you all, I will not take you seriously. No reviewer, no critic here on YouTube or Reddit or wherever the fuck the social media is, when they say, I would rather watch Exorcist 2 the Heretic over Exorcist the Believer again, I know you're a fucking liar and you're also being overly dramatic. Shut the fuck up. Got that out of my system. That was just kind of festering in the back of my head when I was watching the trailer. And I watched the trailer like 4 times to really get my thoughts on it. Because at first I was like, alright, we got some atmosphere. And then I watched the second, I was like, nah. I had a range of emotions with this movie. Because The Exorcist, while I enjoy Exorcist 3 a bit more than the original film, I still hold up that the film is an important piece of not just horror cinema, but cinema in general. It's a very, it's an amazing piece, and it's very much like other films where the sequels just try to recapture the magic, and it doesn't do that. Here, it's clear that we're trying to retake scenes, there's a quick scene of dogs fighting, and yes, I know that's a quick reference to the original movie, but here's the thing. Friedkin and, the rest of the team, that was by accident. That wasn't on... The dogfighting scene, according to the documentary that was about the movie, that wasn't on purpose. That just happened. They're like, ooh, let's shoot that. It's the same thing with, the scene with the clock stopping out of nowhere. That just happened. Like, that shit just happened. It wasn't on purpose. I guarantee you we're probably going to see a quick scene of a clock stopping during a tense moment. And we're going to be like, ooh, the clock stopped, just like in the first movie. Yeah, but that was by, like, it kind of, like, it's kind of funny, like, when you go back and look and, like, oh, that just happened, and it was just a cool coincidence. Yeah. So, the trailer reveals that... Let's get into the actual trailer, because I haven't really, like, talked about it. In here, we're focusing on two young girls, and it's going to be that they're both possessed. We have not one, but two demons. We haven't done that before in any of these movies. Technically, we did with the Gemini Killer in the third movie, but it was, like, two in one body. It was a whole thing. But anyway... So we have two... Now, we don't know if they're both possessed by Pazuzu, but it's clear that it is Pazuzu. But the thing is, we don't know if Pazuzu's possessing both, or... Because in biblical mythology, Pazuzu has a wife. It's one of the sisters of Eve. Yeah, Eve, for those who don't know, in a lot of... This is the shit they don't teach you in Sunday school. Pazuzu was married to one of the sisters of Eve, and God made a lot of mistakes trying to make the first wife. Hell, that's how we got Lilith, the mother of demons and wife of Lucifer, because God made a lot of mistakes trying to make the perfect woman for Adam, until he was like, "Fuck it, I'll just rip it out of his ribs and make it there." Oh, thank God, it worked. Oh, thank me, it worked. Like, that's how it went. So, in Judeo-Christian mythology, one of the sisters of Eve married Pazuzu. And they don't exactly have, according to some stories, they don't exactly have the best relationship. So could it be that Pazuzu and his wife are possessing the children, or is it Pazuzu possessing one, and he's just that powerful of a demon that he's just puppeting the other one? Either way, I do like the makeup effects for the girls, and God, they really sell it. They really do sell, like, looking possessed. And thank God for that, because if they didn't, this movie was gonna tank hard. And again, in the trailer it looks good. Like, the possession acting looks fine from the girls. But that could, like, again, trailers can really, like, deceive you. So, in the movie, maybe they won't be able to sell it as well, but for right now, I'm like, alright, the girls are selling, like, being possessed and acting demonic. Alright, cool. And then we have Marilyn show up, and I'm like, cool, she's here. And I'm going to say this right now. I guarantee you, it's not going to be an after-credit scene, but it will be like the final the final scene of the movie. It's either going to be, we have to find Reagan, or Reagan's going to show up at the last second. For all we know, she might be an after-credit scene, for fuck's sake. But yeah, I guarantee you that while they do mention Reagan a lot in this trailer, I guarantee you... Well, actually, no. By say guarantee, I should say about, like, I'm 80% sure this is going to happen. That either A, they're going to end with, we have to find Reagan, or B, Reagan is going to show up, and that's where the end of the movie is. Because there's no way you don't get Linda Blair in this trilogy, excuse me. There's no fucking way that we don't get Linda Blair in this trilogy at all, because you got Marilyn, you might as well get Linda too. Like, it shouldn't be that hard. Come on, Blumhouse, you can spend a little more money than you're used to for this movie. Now, the imagery looks like the problem is in this day and age is that every movie has wanted to be The Exorcist since The Exorcist came out. Hell, Exorcist 2 and 3 and the two prequel movies, which are basically the same movie, just different edits. Yeah, before the Snyder cut. Let's talk about the Dominion cut for Exorcist, right? So, in total, we have had a lot of movies, even Exorcist movies, that want to be like The Exorcist. But none of the... But I'm so, like... We even had the Pope's Exorcist earlier this year. That was basically like the Da Vinci Code meets The Exorcist. So, and even then it was taking notes from The Exorcist. So I'm very numb, and I'm not the only one who thinks this, who is numb to these whole, like, everyone trying to free... This movie really needs to set itself above, from everyone else. And I know, like, oh, the body and the blood scene is so evocative. Bitch, did you not forget the part where, like, Reagan ripped open her privates with a cross saying "Lick Jesus, fuck me," and then buried her mom's face in the blood, and then slapped her. And yeah, you need something like that to shock the audience. Like back in the even in the 70s and even now, that scene is very hard to watch for some people. So you can't just do Joe Schmo oh, God played a trick on you. Yeah, really? Is that gonna be fuck Jesus, fuck me, or whatever? Or is that gonna be, do you know what she did, your cunting daughter? I'm like, that shit is it's shit like that really gets under your skin. And it was like, you really need to bring a shock factor to this. And again, in this day and age, it's very hard to do that, especially in possession movies, because every movie tries to be edgier than The Exorcist, but none of them get to that level. Even though, yes, I am a fan of Exorcist 3, and it does have one of the best jump scares of all time, even then it doesn't get to that level. And I enjoy Exorcist 3, probably more than The Exorcist, because it just has some odd imagery, and William Peter Blatty and everyone else behind that movie does... it's so out there as a movie. That's probably why I enjoy it, and it's the same reason why I like Halloween 3, because it's such an out there movie. And yeah, I feel it's one of those movies where if it wasn't called Exorcist 3, it might have done better. Same thing with Halloween 3. If it was just called Season of the Witch, I think people would love it a lot more. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. But this movie, don't get me wrong, I am interested in this film. Do not, don't get it twisted that I'm not excited for this movie. Please don't. Excited is the wrong word. I would say interested in this movie. But, the problem is like I said, you have every Exorcist movie exorcism movie that has come out since The Exorcist has literally played the playbook, the exorcism playbook, 10 times over. And yeah, you need to really bring out some big guns for shock factor and really a creepy factor for this movie, because you're just going to be, if not, you're just going to be seen as just another Joe Schmo exorcism film. But this time you get, oh, you actually have the mother in here, and you're actually you have the audacity to call yourself an Exorcist movie. And what's this? You're gonna have 2 more movies after this? Yeah. Look, I'm not trying to sound pessimistic, and I know I am, but I want this movie to do better. I'm just worried. That's my thing. Also, when I said earlier that I hope this is the only trailer we get for this movie, I really am hoping that this is the only... Because you don't need you just gave us a 3-minute trailer. You gave us the whole story. Don't give us any more. You're just gonna spoil more. So just give us all of this. Really, this is all we need. You've been building to an Exorcist movie. You've been hyping it up. Just drop the trailer, walk away. Just like you did with Halloween 2018. Put the trailer down, walk away. Maybe do some TV spots here and there, but that's really it. So yeah, I'm optimistic with a slight hint of pessimism in there and skepticism. Is pessimism and skepticism the same thing? I don't fucking know. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of the Exorcist Believer trailer? Did you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.